Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush and enchanting kingdom, there was a queen known far and wide for her unparalleled beauty and intelligence. However, she was also notorious for her grumpiness. Queen Eleanor had everything: grand palaces, jewels that sparkled like stars, and subjects who adored her. Yet, a permanent cloud seemed to hover over her, casting a shadow on her otherwise bright life. No court jester's tricks or counselor's wisdom could bring a smile to her face. The queen's disposition worried the whole kingdom, for they believed in the tales that spoke of happier queens leading to happier lands. Many had tried to lift her spirits, but each attempt ended in failure, leaving the queen more annoyed each time. One day, after a particularly exhausting council meeting, Queen Eleanor retreated to the palace gardens to find a moment's peace. As she wandered through the labyrinth of roses, a peculiar sight caught her eye. There, by the edge of a pristine pond, sat a rather plump and curious frog. The frog, unlike any ordinary amphibian, wore a tiny crown, glistening with dew in the afternoon sun. At first, the queen was tempted to ignore him. After all, it was just a frog. But the frog had an air about him, something almost regal. When he spoke, his voice was deep and resonant. "Your Majesty, I bring you greetings and a proposition from realms unseen." Queen Eleanor, intrigued and slightly amused by the spectacle, raised an eyebrow. "A talking frog," she mused. "What could you possibly offer a queen that she doesn't already have?" The frog chuckled, a sound like the rippling water. "Great queen," he began, "the only chain heavier than gold is one forged by bitterness. My offer is simple: spend a day with me, and I promise, by the end, your heart shall be lighter than any crown." Skeptical, but with little to lose, Queen Eleanor accepted the challenge. From dawn the following day, the queen and the frog embarked on their unusual outing. The frog led her throughout her own kingdom, showing her sights she had long forgotten in her royal preoccupations. They visited the vibrant, bustling marketplaces. Merchants and peasants alike greeted them with warmth. Children played games in the streets, spreading laughter and joy. As they moved through the villages, the queen saw her subjects as she had never seen them before, full of life, love, and gratitude. The frog spoke of simple joys, of finding happiness in places and moments often overlooked. He pointed out the delicate beauty of a butterfly dancing through the air and the soothing sound of wind rustling through the trees. Eleanor found herself listening intently. Her grumpiness melted away as she experienced the world with the innocence and wonder she had long lost. By evening, as they returned to the pond, Queen Eleanor realized the weight of resentment no longer clung to her. She looked at the frog, now just a humble creature. In a single day, he had shown her more of her kingdom than she had seen in years. "Thank you," the queen said genuinely, for the first time in a long time feeling grateful. The frog gave a small bow. "Remember, Majesty, happiness is not found but created." With a splash, he leapt back into the pond, disappearing beneath the water. Queen Eleanor returned to her palace, not only with newfound lightness but with a resolve to share it. She vowed to be a beacon of joy for her people, understanding that their happiness and hers were intertwined. And so, the grumpy queen was grumpy no more, having embraced the reality that contentment came not from possessions or power, but a heart open to the simple wonders of the world around her.